Mayor's budget improvement discussions for General Sessions Court. Judge, it's good to see you. I know you brought some folks with you that I'll give you a chance to introduce here in a second. I want to give just a shout out to Councilman Cooper, who has joined us, who is the budget chair for Metro Council. We appreciate his attendance at all of these budget hearings. I think it'll make the council process go a lot smoother, having heard that at least the first go round. Also want to just remind the viewers at home that over the next several days, we're going to be asked for lots of funds. The funds will probably, the request will eclipse the amount of revenue that we actually have. So at the end of the day, we'll put this all together, the conversations that we're having, and then make the best decisions for Davidson County taxpayers. So we appreciate that. With that in mind, please, over to you, and please introduce anybody that you want to. Thanks, Judge.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you for this opportunity for the General Sessions Court to be heard on the budgetary matters. I'm Gail Robinson. I'm the presiding judge of General Sessions Court, and I have with me today Warner Hassel, who is the court administrator and has prepared, this is his 30th, I think, budget that he has prepared for the General Sessions Court. So in the process of this afternoon, Warner will probably be speaking more than any of the other ones. We also have today with us Judge Angelita Dalton, Judge Linda Jones. We have Nikki Harris. Judge Jones is administrative assistant. Mark Winslow, who is the director of the Veterans and Mental Health Court under Melissa Blackburn. Gina Fox, who is Warner's administrative assistant, and Bob Green, who is the director of probation. And I think that covers, did I get everybody? Okay.
Okay, great. Well, you have a couple of requests in your operating budget, as well as some capital requests. So why don't we take the operating component first and talk specifically about those requests?
Right. I'm going to let Warner
sure.
Talk about those, and if I need the input, I will. Is that okay with you?
And Warner, why don't you do me a favor and take that microphone and just put it close enough so that the audio gets captured. Okay. Thanks.
Yes, Mayor, we are requesting a few requests that are principally in three major categories, one of which is in the treatment courts. Treatment court includes mental health and veterans court, as well as the drug court. This is $302,100, as well as two positions, one of which in the treatment court category is for a veterans court. This is the last year of a 3-year grant, and this one position is very critical in managing the veterans court caseload. And in fact, that's our #1 priority to include that as part of this request.
And Warner, I know that particular grant is going to go away. Is there any grants in the pipeline that you all are looking to access as we go forward?
Yes, there is. Well, the current grant is going away, but the Veterans Court Foundation will have another grant, I'm told, that will help assist some. Okay. I don't know what term that will be, but it is going to be filed with the council at some point in time around August, September. It may not be as large as the prior grant, but
okay. But you're going ahead and asking for the full funding of the full-time?
Yeah, the full-time position.
In anticipation that the grant may take that down a little bit, but?
No, this would be separate.
Okay, that would be separate. Okay.
The second, also in addition to those two positions, we're asking of that $302,000, about $180,000 of that is to help offset drug testing for both specialty courts, both the drug court side as well as the veterans and mental health court side. There is a real need for what's the special thing that synthetic drugs?
Right. What has happened, Mayor, over the past several years in the opiate world, they are manufacturing synthetic opiates, and the two that are most widely used are kratom and ketamine. Special K is ketamine, and then the kratom is a synthetic opiate also, which requires our drug testing facilities to do a little bit different test, because when they pick up an opiate, then when they confirm that through the spectrometry machine, it will pick up the specific type of opiate, for instance, morphine
I
or
see.
something of that.
So these tests-
synthetic,
Right.
they alter the molecular structure, and so it takes further testing to pick up on that. On that.
So it's an added cost for
Yes,
the
ma'am.
testing that we're already doing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And so 180,000 is both for drug testing for both of those sets of courts, as well as first month's rent of halfway house needs for the respective specialty courts.
Okay.
In the past, the principal source of funding for these specialty courts, when it comes to drug testing and other support costs, have been out of dedicated funds, non-general fund, like the DUI excess fine
Right.
fund, and the drug court treatment fund. The number of DUI arrests have gone down significantly over the past several years, and that's had a corresponding impact on the revenue stream being available for those programs.
Got it. Well, I know there's the continuing commitment to try to not levy fines and fees on people to pay for
Right.
other services.
Yeah.
Okay. And how much do y'all spend on drug testing in total?
It's a little over $100,000, maybe close. Yeah, it's about 100 to 120,000.
Okay.
And that's for all the courts, not only the drug treatment court, but the ACT program, Cherished Hearts, the Veterans Court, Mental Health Court. So that includes.
So are all of them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The second major request we have, the probation department, a request for $23,700. That is to address some salary inequities of where people have been long-term employees and still stayed in their classification and haven't been promoted after satisfactory work experience and performance. And so it gives them some type of career track. It's been where they just took 10 years almost to get to a new category. So
Have they been involved at all in Mercer with some of the studies that we've done with the pay equity?
oh yes,
Okay.
yes, we
So
have
this is
participated.
part of-
They have.
But this is just to address budgetarily of going from, say, a probation officer 1 category to a probation officer 2, which is within the pay plan.
Okay. Oh, okay. The other component on that, just a curiosity, that with those entry-level positions, are you able to keep people? I know that we've heard from other departments that they're seeing a lot of turnover. Is that something that you all are experiencing?
We had, most of the turnover we've had recently has been from time and tenure,
Okay.
career employees leaving, but somebody being here, 5 years or less and leaving it.
Doesn't-
We haven't experienced that much.
Great. And then the last one,
The
which
last
is
one,
the biggest
the
request?
administration side, that includes several things, some of which is training, not just in my office, but training throughout the court. With the budget reductions that occurred several years ago, we lost a lot of the training dollars, and so we've been very limited in terms of resources of sending people to different conferences like the probation conference, the American Probation and Parole Association conference. I've paid my own way for the last 8 years to the National Association of Court Management. So
it's ongoing training.
the judges, they go to their annual conference and their mid-year conference within the state of Tennessee, but they don't go to something with the American Bar Association or the American Judges Association as they did several years ago. So this is requesting some dollars for that, as well as, very important, is a position in my office. My office was established about 22 years ago, and the funding for that, the number of positions in my office has been pretty static.
And what would this person,
The person would be involved a great deal in helping me on the budget side of things.
but you've
And
gotten the
help.
hang of it. This is your
I know.
30th year.
But I do need some help. But also maybe to help on the HR and the payroll side as well.
Okay. Questions on the operating budget, Talia or Rich, before we move to capital? Great. Then let's talk about your capital requests. I think you've got a couple.
On the capital side, the digital recording system is our number one priority there. We're required by the rules of criminal procedure to record all preliminary hearings in criminal cases. The digital recording system we have now will be out of warranty in September, and so we would need a replacement for that. We can explore software upgrades of the existing, or go out to bid to get something appropriate, because the way technology is, things really change in 4 or 5 years. So we'll be exploring all options there to try to get something. At the general sessions level, the caseloads are so high, we can't just close court for a day or for a week to install something. So we've got to be very, strategic and methodical as to how we do that.
Can I just ask you a question about the technology? I'm curious. So with your recording system, do you all have to store that for a period of time?
Yeah.
And how do you do that?
The clerk's office is the one that maintains those,
Okay.
the digital recordings, and so attorneys or prosecutors on the criminal side can get DVDs or CDs of those, and so Howard Gentry on the criminal side and Mr. Rooker on the civil side would define
that?
how long they keep those. But if my office gets a request about that, I just tell them to contact the respective clerk's
Are they
office.
considered public records?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
All right. Interesting.
The next major category on capital is the probation department. The General Sessions Probation Department takes almost the entire basement of the Ben West Municipal Building, but just due to probation caseloads over the years growing and the staff growing, we really need to try to kind of expand a little bit or provide some major efforts to, or not major, but better use of the existing space that we have. From a conference room or meeting room standpoint, they don't have a ample space to have everybody together in the same room. So that our category for probation deals with that. The traffic school side is dealing with, we want to move our traffic school office. It's currently on the first floor of the Birch building, and move it to Mr. Rooker's traffic warrant office space. Mr. Rooker, through economies, has generated some free space over there through consolidation of staff. He's willing to, and working with General Services, identified some space there where the traffic school could move. And as a result of that move, that would free up space to, the current traffic school space is between courtroom 1A and 1B. And when the building was designed, the current traffic school space could be a holding cell space that we could have criminal dockets in those respective courtrooms. And so that's what we would, in working with General Services, we've had some preliminary discussions with General Services and to see if that couldn't be accomplished at some point in time.
And all of the capital requests, it looks like you're asking for is about $500,000. Is that about right? Yeah.
Yes, that's about right. That's close.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And the municipal building, Ben West Municipal Building elevator, the elevator that's off the lobby of the Ben West Building services the probation department. that is the sole means of getting to the probation department unless you take the stairs. So
And aren't we doing some stair upgrades?
Yeah, that's over the Birch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's in Birch.
That's in Birch.
That's in Birch.
and this particular elevator is in the Ben West building.
Got it,
so.
okay, okay. All right, any questions about either the capital?
I want to go back to the operating, just because earlier we had Dr. Paul in here, and he had a request for a position to deal with this whole issue around opiates.
He sure did.
And said that he was requesting a position to kind of start planning a way to deal with this increased volume, because it had increased tenfold in the last few years as far as folks that are coming in. I guess I just wanted to get some feedback from you in terms of what you're seeing in the courts. I mean, I think that you asking for more for the drug test is a indication
Right, well, and I
of
mean,
what a serious
especially
issue it
since-
is.
Right.
Yes.
It is a serious issue, and the synthetics are making it even more difficult, not only to treat, but to detect, and therefore the cost involved in the drug test are going up. But the use of opiates is absolutely on the rise. It's the drug of choice in today's society.
And I think his budget request was much more about putting the
planning
the NOx
Yeah.
of whatever, the antidote closer to the person who's ODing.
Yeah.
But what we're challenged with, of course, is before you ever get to that point. So how do you
Right.
actually
Deal
start
with
to, as you just
prevention.
said, treatment and identification, so, interesting. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I just didn't know if you wanted to add anything to that conversation.
No,
Okay, you're good?
I think I'm
Okay.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Anything else on that?
No,
Steph?
I think I'm good.
Did you want to just talk a minute about the night court? And the schedule?
Oh, the night
Yeah.
court schedule? Are you talking about for?
Power shift.
Power shift?
Oh, the power shift, yes. We currently have the power shift operating Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. It's in coordination with Mobile Booking Unit 1 and 2 of the Sheriff's Office. And so ideally, we would like to, have that for 5 days a week at least, if at all possible.
Is there a funding request in there? Because I don't think I've seen that as
Yeah.
part of the ask.
No, we
Okay.
didn't ask that. I mean, that's something that's ideal to have. Currently, we don't have coverage on Friday nights where Mobile Booking 1 or 2 is operating on Friday nights. So,
So if it's not operating on Friday night, does that mean that I'm staying in jail if I'm booked longer?
no. This is just arrest made in the field. They may just take a little bit longer if we're just having one
I see.
commissioner working.
Okay.
It'll be processed.
It'll still get processed
It'll
on a
still
Friday
be-
night.
it'll
Okay,
still
it's just
get
not as fast.
Not as fast,
Okay.
right. But it's working very good. I mean, your approval last year of that has really been, we've gotten many compliments from the sheriff's office, from the police department, clerks, everybody. It's worked very well.
So if you were to add that Friday night component, what would the dollar amount, what would that look like from a funding perspective? Any idea?
Roughly around $30,000 to $40,000. I don't know about with benefits how that would be, but no more than 30 to 40.
Anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. We appreciate it. Thank
Thank
you all
you.
for coming down, and
Thank you
thanks
so
for being ready
much.
to go. Sorry I was a few minutes late.
No problem.